All right, peace. This is Modern Gospel back again on another video, and on this segment, the title is called "Is Kevin Durant now the best basketball player in the NBA?" And the reason I wanted to do this video on it because Shannon Sharp is going to downplay this whole entire segment as if he doesn't know uh, what that title really means, or he doesn't know what that title really means because the fact is, Skip is trying to rub in his face because the thing about the Olympics is, or every U.S. sports, they're always claiming they're the greatest in the world regardless of who they play. Like the NBA, every time a certain players or a team, they win something or win a title, they're considered the greatest in the world when they hasn't challenged anybody else. And this time, Kevin Durant, they went to the Olympics, and like I said, Shannon Sharp is trying to downplay it because America winning the gold. Apparently, they're deemed as the greatest in the world, like every single American team, like the Super Bowl and all that, which I think is a little bit arrogant and cocky. If you ask me, it doesn't make sense because only in America they're deemed the world's greatest. But Skip and Shannon is going to have a little session, and I'm just going to try to break it down a little.
Oh, since when did we start using Olympic play to determine who the best player in the world was?
It's a world competition. You told me the world.
Exactly. Like I said, this whole entire U.S. Olympics basketball situation, it was a little bit of it was really like kind of like a test to Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant gets shitted on a lot as being the player who can't really lead a fly to shit at all. And Shannon Sharp is always trying to downplay Kevin Durant skills. That being said, like every single player that is around Kevin Durant that somehow is great, they're always trying to downplay him on the fact by saying he can't be the man all by himself. He basically cannot be the man all by himself, and he has to get a stack of players. But when you look at LeBron James, on the other hand, the dude always have a bunch of stack of players, and when it doesn't work out, they end up taking the fall, blame, and yeah. But if they win, LeBron James is the greatest player in the world. You know? But like I said, this is really just a little test to Kevin Durant because deep down the media wanted to scrutinize him and shit on him because we all know what happened these past couple months. LeBron been the butt of the NBA, butt of the movie industry, just an overall ass. So, yeah. That's what Shannon smiled when Skip Bayless said, well, technically they won the world championship. That technically should mean he's the world's greatest player because, like I said, he won it on a bigger stage. But when LeBron James won his championship, he was known as the Cavaliers or whatever team he was on at that time was deemed as the world's basketball championship of the world. That's why I don't get it by American sports team. It's a little bit arrogant because they don't really play anybody else around the world, but they're deemed as the world's greatest.
Had caught up to us in basketball.
Ain't had the world caught up to us.
Well, you said that after we lost to Nigeria and Australia in those two exhibitions.
No.
Yeah, I did remember, Kevin Durant, everybody just gonna forget about the fact that Kevin wasn't the only person on that team, but they were shitting on him like, man, I'm not even gonna lie. I was kind of worried a little bit because I'm like, yeah, man, they really are catching up to America. Kevin Durant, they ain't gonna do it. I was doubting them, So I don't trust me, I understand exactly where they're coming from. But Shannon Sharp, like I say, is trying to downplay it. He does not want to acknowledge Kevin Durant because by him acknowledging Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, that means LeBron James has to take a backseat to Kevin Durant. And the fact that LeBron James soon to probably retire or something like that, Kevin Durant probably going to be the face of the NBA, without a doubt. There was only one player I believe that usurped LeBron James as being the face of the league, which is Steph Curry. And that really angered LeBron James for a while, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Shannon Sharp just, he don't want to acknowledge KD at all. He never, like I said, every single thing, that's the thing about these guys, right? Whatever Shannon likes, Scape hates. Whatever Scape hates, Shannon likes. Anyway, let's continue.
Actually, I got a lot of flack for asking how did we lose to Nigeria. They got NBA players. They ain't got those players like that. But Skip, look, the Olympics and NBA basketball are different types of games. They're very different games. But Skip, there have been times that Carmelo Anthony was the best player at the.
If the Olympics game and the NBA game, NBA season game is completely different, why is it that the Olympics game, which is really the title as these champions should be given as being the world's greatest, but in the NBA, a team can win a championship and they're deemed the world's greatest when they haven't played the world at all? So I feel like an Olympics championship or gold, to me, worth more than an NBA championship. It worth more. But only in America is not taken as serious as it should. Because you got more popular players over here than there is on other teams around the world. So
Olympics, and no one said he was the best player in the NBA. We don't. That's not what we do, Skip. So all of a sudden, you do everything you possibly can to try to undermine my guy. You try to do everything you possibly can to do that.
No, wait a second.
I don't think. You know what? Part of that statement is true, but then when you think about it, is most of the time Skate Bayless is spot on about LeBron James. And Shannon just feel a little bit ashamed that KD, was able to take a team where everybody thought, basically the team KD took to the Olympics was like, it's not somebody to really be taken serious. It was JaVale McGee. Come on now, JaVale, he took which is great players, but he kind of took not like dream team type of players who you're expected to, dominate. This dude took a bunch of soon to retire basketball players to the Olympics, and he won it. When LeBron James went to the Olympics, he had basically everybody. Kobe, Kevin Durant, he had everybody. So they had to win no matter what. But KD took a bunch of, in my opinion, I wouldn't say they're great players, but some scrubs, some good players. But it is what it is. But Shannon Sharp, on the other hand, like I said, does not want to acknowledge it because LeBron James been getting roasted on. And, he's just trying to minimize the damage.
Those blind witnesses out there, led by you, were all waiting for Kevin Durant to fall on his face at the Olympics.
Why?
And
you know what? Don't fucking lie, Shannon Sharp. You were, I were, because I was expecting the same shit too. Everybody was expecting it. After those few couple scrimmage exhibition they had, man, everybody was looking at Kevin Durant like he had a lot on his shoulder. He had a lot on his shoulders. So, and Shannon Sharp, on the other hand, like I said, and I will keep repeating, he's trying to downplay it.
he did not.
You do realize, USA, we live here, Kevin Durant, and he's representing us. So no matter what you think of a player or a person or their views, you throw all of that aside when they're competing against another country. So even though some people might not like Kevin Durant, they're not like.
I can guarantee you, without a doubt, there was more people that did not like LeBron James than there is Kevin Durant. Let's be honest. The media just protect LeBron James quite a lot, to the point where a lot of people don't see the hate that LeBron James receive. But if you watch the basketball game, you can kind of see it. But at the end of the day, LeBron James didn't ruin basketball in the sense that, hey, he's moving from team to team. I don't truly believe that's the reason why people blame LeBron James for that. But I just feel like if you understand these basketball players, it's kind of a little bit deeper than that. LeBron James tend to ruin individuals' contract and all that. He tends to ruin people's career, because what he does is when he go to a team, he doesn't understand how to build a team. So I don't understand how in the world does LeBron James has the highest basketball IQ when he just built a bunch of role players around him who really isn't fit, who doesn't fit really on a team, but they're just plays there to do specific thing rather than play as a team. You know, I say LeBron James arguably has the worst basketball IQ in my opinion, because he seems to be stuck in the same situation that he's in every single basketball year and every single team he tends to go to. Great players tend to become mediocre players. So that being said and done, like I said, a lot more people hate LeBron James than there is Kevin Durant. And the thing about it is, LeBron James is such an idiot to the point where the media is not really telling him of his hate or really addressing him of his bad behavior, nor the people are around him. The people around him are a bunch of yes men, to the point where if you were to tell LeBron James the truth about himself, not only is he mentally not capable enough to handle it, you know, you just put your career and your job at risk, you know? That's basically how he too. That's basically kind of like how Jordan's like too, you know. But I'm not taking away from LeBron James' skills. I'm not saying he's not a talented basketball player, but I personally think LeBron James has one of the lowest basketball IQ in basketball, the lowest of the lowest.
I don't dislike it that much that I want them to lose to France, or I want them to lose to
Deep down, Shannon Sharp was really hoping for U.S. to lose, in the sense that so he can just, you know, compare LeBron James to Kevin Durant even more, you know, because that's what he does. Like, you want to know something? He want to just throw it in Skip's face. But yeah, and like I said, once Skip is onto something, you'll realize, like, Shannon will always bring up old shit to kind of, you know, disguise it in a way to kind of you know, usurp LeBron James in a better light. But you know what, Skip, or you just scream at Skip all day. But like I said, let's continue.
Serbia or whomever they might be playing.
Well, I don't know about that.
But you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to petition the IOC,
Yep.
the International Olympic Committee, because I'm seeing if they can add the sport of hating. Because I know you would win the gold medal.
You know what? I made this joke earlier prior to watching this video, and I said, if Shannon Sharp is going to make a category in the Olympics consisting of haters, they should make a category in the Olympics consist of dick riding. Because Shannon Sharp, without a doubt, will be the first to win gold medal in that category, because he's always dick riding LeBron James. There's nothing bad about, he can't say nothing bad about LeBron James or critique him on such a level that is you know, fair. But let's continue.
Because you hate so much on Go James. You've been thinking for 2 weeks, how can you come up with a topic to try to undermine Go James? If the best player in the planet is...
You just literally took Kevin Durant greatness and try to undermine him by putting LeBron James in a category. You know? So like I said, they should create a category in the Olympics called Dick Ryan. And Shannon Sharp, if Skip is going to be considered a hater, Shannon Sharp got to be considered a dick rider. You know?
It's not Giannis Antetokounmpo, because that was the argument that you used. Whomever whoever has won the NBA title, that's the best player. You did it when Kevin Durant beat.
Whoever had won the NBA title is considered the best player. And that's what I'm saying, man. America is just, it's full of arrogant idiots, man. A bunch of arrogant idiots, you know.
LeBron James. You did it when Kawhi won the title. You tried to obfuscate somebody, well, it was the bubble, so it didn't count for LeBron James. Now Giannis has won the title, and you're still trying to do everything you can to undermine him. No, the Olympics
Why would I try to undermine him?
because you want to stand on this podium, this platform, that Kevin Durant is the best player. Well, LeBron James, all of the best players didn't play. Giannis didn't play. Joel Embiid didn't play. Nikola Jokic didn't.
That's what made this gold medal even sweeter. This gold medal even sweeter because he basically played with a bunch of nobodies around him. You know what I'm saying? So besides Damian Lillard, Damian, pretty much, I couldn't really record anybody else who was really playing on that team that much, besides the likes of Kevin Durant. It was just a bunch of I don't really care about. So
play. So no, the Olympics proved nothing. The Olympics, what it did prove is that I hope Kevin Durant.
The Olympics did not prove nothing because LeBron James was not in the subject matter. That's why it doesn't prove nothing. You know, but I guarantee you, if it was LeBron James in the Olympics, you would not, man. You would see Shannon Sharp literally coming on TV with a mask, goat mask on. You know, and he would have been talking about, even though he lost in the NBA, he wants something greater. You know, something it takes every 4 years to achieve. So that's the only. Do you see how biased Shannon is?
Comes back for Paris in 2024, but we're not getting no gold medal.
Thank you. That is true.
That's what I do hope. No.
Anyways, that's the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe. The video title is Kevin Durant now the greatest player in the world? And the thing what's so funny about it, he won the gold medal on the biggest world stage, which is the Olympics, and he lost in the NBA, but no one gives a shit about that because LeBron James is not in the topic. But if it was LeBron James who won that gold medal, he would be considered the world's greatest athlete. But now that Kevin Durant won it, who cares, right? Anyways, like, share, subscribe. Peace.